Hey everyone, we just wanted to come back on and do a quick update. We wanted to let everybody know we made it safe and sound into Mexico. Sarah and I flew into Merida on the 10th of November and Mom joined us about a week later. I think on the 19th she got here. And we just wanted to kind of do an update since our last video. A lot has happened. And I just kind of want to start. I know that we had mentioned that we had planned to buy a camper and to drive through Mexico all the way through from Texas down to the Yucatán Peninsula in order to flee Babylon, America. However, many people advised us not to do this, and we did not heed their warnings. We did go ahead and buy a drivable camper, and we're still planning on going all the way through. And Yahuah actually came and gave us a couple of warnings that we were to not do that. So we did want to share that, kind of what happened. He said initially, get to know the people. He said, I experienced my first highway robbery today. That was pretty scary. I'm not tough and I'm not brave. What will we do? And he said, trust me. So initially we thought that we're just going to continue on with our plans and to drive through all the way down into Mexico and trust Yahuah with whatever happens, come what may, right? Then he gave another warning and said, they're not just going to take your money. They're going to physically take you and extort your money. Okay, we could take a hint, right, eventually. So we decided not to drive the camper down through Mexico, but to fly instead. We ended up putting the camper on consignment at a dealership, and we are currently staying here in the Yucatán Peninsula till about mid-December, and then going to Costa Rica to visit a dear friend of ours who's also a follower of the way. We're excited about that. And we've also received a couple other spoken words I think Sarah's going to share since we've been here. Since we've been here, I had a dream that I was with some old friends and I was trying to get home to my mom and daughter. And people everywhere were saying that massive floods were coming on the earth and there were only going to be pockets of survivors left. Then Yahuah said, a problem with floods coming on the earth. And I had a vision, and it was a map, and it said Yucatán on it. So this is very disturbing since we're currently in the Yucatán and staying 3 blocks from the beach. So we are continuing to pray about where Yahuah wants us to go after Costa Rica. When we looked at the projected flood maps, we saw that both the Yucatán Peninsula and Costa Rica look like they will be underwater. Yahuah has been leading us to look into South America and South Africa. He recently said Namibia, South Africa, and he also said South America, Uruguay, and Paraguay. So we'll be coming back soon to do a follow-up video on why we fled Babylon and sharing the spoken words that Yahuah gave us before we left America. Thank you so much for listening and following us on our journey. Have a good night. Thanks.
Bye-bye.